Man, I am so emotional simply because I have seen the light. My earliest memory is my father hitting my mother in the face as hard as he could, and she gets knocked out. And I remember seeing her on the floor and then looking at him, this giant of a man who I thought, my God, he says he loves her. What is he gonna do to me? And all I could think, I want to protect her. I want to protect her. And how wrong it was. And I said, I gotta be strong. And I gotta get strength so that I can protect her. And every time he came home, we were scared. We didn't know. I literally wet the bed till I was 14 years old because I didn't know what was gonna happen. I would wake up to glass breaking, just sounds, people screaming, and it was a nightmare. We lived a nightmare for years. And I picked up a lot of other damaging things that comes from that trauma. But this is the thing. What I was taught in my hood, in my area, is that simply because I was a man, I was more valuable than the women in my life. That was a firm belief. And here I am, I'm like, I watched my mother get abused. But here I am, as a man, I felt like, hey, it's my way or the highway. I remember times with my daughter Azriel, and I would yell at her as if she was a 30-year-old man. And I remember these times, and I remember I constantly apologize, constantly call them and say, I'm sorry. Daddy didn't get it. Daddy missed it. And and this is the deal. I knew I had a problem, and I got help. Me, at 48 years old, I'm 49 now, a year ago, I'm at an event, and I'm sexually assaulted by the head of William Morris Endeavor's movie department in front of everyone. And he thought it was so funny. And I just couldn't believe what was happening. And let me tell you something. I know what toxic masculinity looks like because I was in it. And when they tried to gaslight me and say, oh, look, no, you can't be hurt. That we were just kidding. In fact, it was just horseplay. And I'm going, one man's horseplay is another man's humiliation. And I couldn't move, I couldn't work, I couldn't do anything until I said something. Because I had to support these women who were being told that they were opportunists, that they were liars, that they just were looking for a payday. And I said, this happened to me. Me. I had young black men come at me and say, hey man, you're so big, you could have knocked him out. You must have wanted it. And I thought, how did we get this off? Coming out with your story is probably one of the hardest things ever. It's like flying a plane from LA to New York and you've never flown a plane before. And people are like, what took you so long? It's crazy. You are literally digging tunnels with spoons, trying to get out. Like my mother tried to get out. And I'm gonna tell you something, she never got out. My mother died in 2015. She never escaped. First of all, this is real, y'all. And I'm here to tell you, I want to thank the people that are here, because again, like my man said, he's preaching to the choir. Everyone here, you get it. You get it. But you have to go out and spread the word. Find one person, find one person that can help. And I'm telling you this right now. For me, this is my calling. This is more valuable. You know, I'm promoting movies and TV shows and the whole thing, but I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this. Because when people understand that it does not matter what you look like, it doesn't matter. Anyone, anywhere can be victimized. And no man, woman, or child should ever put up with being treated as less than a human being, ever, ever.